You are amazing! You really are getting married to a doctor of all people now. By now, you have won the game of life, right?
I suppose I am pretty lucky, huh?
You don't have to keep your excitement hidden from me. He is the son of a general practitioner, right? Both of his parents are doctors, actually, and someday he'll be taking over their practice. I'm sure you'll be set for life with him.
Well, I suppose so, considering I come from a pretty middle-class family, so I can't say you're wrong about saying that I'm set for life here.
Oh, I'm so jealous of you, Ivy. I'm sure that since you're getting married to a wealthy man like that, your wedding is going to be spectacular, right? You'll have it at a massive location with hundreds of people coming to celebrate. I am so jealous of you, actually, that I'm a bit upset.
What?
Hey, you're having a wedding sometime this year, right? Which means you are looking for a dress right now, correct?
That's right. We plan to try and get the wedding out of the way as soon as possible. We've already started to plan out the event itself, actually, and this weekend, I'm going with my fiancé to go and look for dresses.
This weekend? Well then, I'll tag along as well. I'll help you find the perfect dress for that amazing wedding so that you'll match the occasion.
What?
I'm sure you'll have trouble picking out a dress on your own, so you'll be happy to have a second opinion on what suits you best, right?
I'm happy that you are worried about me, but I actually have a dress in mind. I'm just going with my fiancé one last time to look around, and then I'll be going to try the dress on. Just him and I will be enough this time around.
Is that so? Then I'll be kind and come to see that dress with you.
Wait, can you hear me out, please? I don't want to sound rude, but this is something that just my husband and I want to do together. I am really happy that you care so much about what dress I chose, but this time it'll just be me and him going.
What the heck? Why can't I come and just take a look? Why are you so against that? Are you trying to say that your brother's wife is getting in the way of your wedding plans or something?
What?
Your family, Ivy, is full of simple people that aren't all that outgoing, including your brother Trey, who is just a simple office worker. He is the reason why I have never been able to have the wedding I asked for. I have always dreamed of being a bride and having my own event, which should be all about me. But that dream will never come true for me because of your parents and Trey. Do you have no sympathy for a sad woman like me? I want to come along and feel like a bride myself by looking at those dresses with you. What's so wrong with that?
Hold on, wasn't it your fault that you guys never ended up having a wedding after marriage?
Huh?
My brother made sure to save up a bunch of money for you guys to have a wedding, but then you ended up getting into a lot of debt that required you to pay it all off by the end of the year. So in order to keep you from having terrible interest rates, my brother had to use that money he saved up to help you pay off your debts.
Well, if Trey was earning more money, then we could have had a wedding and paid off my debt. It's his fault for only having $20,000 saved up for a wedding.
You're going to say that after he paid off your debt for you? Maybe someone here needs to get herself a job if she wants to have that wedding so badly. Didn't you quit that last job because you got married to my brother and wanted to be a housewife?
That dream I had ever since I was a little girl of becoming a bride never came true. So I thought at very least my second dream of becoming a housewife could come true. What's wrong with me doing that?
I never said there was anything wrong with that.
Please, Ivy, just let me come along to see what dress you chose to rent. I promise to be quiet and let you and your fiancé do all the work. I'll just sit back and watch it all happen.
I guess I'll have to give in this time. Let me go and talk to him about this.
Yay! I'll see you both this weekend then. I'm so looking forward to this. So much that my heart is racing. Are you freaking kidding me? Why didn't you allow me to try on any dresses?
What's wrong with me wanting to try on the wedding dress? Didn't you tell me that you'd just be sitting back and watching quietly, Aurora?
Well, watching you all have the fun made me want to try some dresses on. Sorry for wanting to have a little fun myself, and I just wanted to try on one.
I hope you realize that just one dress takes around 30 minutes to an hour for them to prepare and do. You would have to get one of the employees to help you get the dress on, and then they would have to go through making sure that the dress fits you all right everywhere. I'm sorry, but you didn't make a reservation to try on any dresses, so of course no one was going to let you try one on.
But I came along with you on your reservation. I am your brother's wife, aren't I? I deserve to be considered a part of that reservation. And also, your fiancé has all that money being a doctor. Why couldn't you have said you got VIP access and forced one of the workers to give me a dress?
Are you kidding me?
I just had to sit there watching you have so much joy trying on those dresses. How about you think about how I'm feeling next time?
You were the one that asked to come along and watch.
Well, I wanted to try on one dress, yet your fiancé, the staff, and the owner of the store all told me no. I just wanted to try one simple frickin' dress on to take some pictures in, yet you all got in my way. I will not let you have everything just because your fiancé is a wealthy doctor.
Ivy, I am so sorry about what Aurora was doing today. I didn't think she'd actually leave the house to go out and join you to try on your wedding dress.
It's kind of my fault for not just telling her no, so you don't have to be sorry. However, I have to say, your wife is a total child. I understand the feeling of wanting to try on a dress, especially a wedding dress, but you should have understand that you have a reservation to do so.
I never thought that Aurora had been so crazy about wanting her own wedding. I'm sorry for not noticing this sooner and saving up more money for a wedding. Perhaps I'm not fit to be a good husband.
What are you talking about? Trey, the reason she couldn't have a wedding is because she got into all that debt being a dumbass. Yet you didn't get upset with her hiding all that debt from you, and instead paid it all off using the money you had saved. I think you are an above and beyond husband for doing that.
Thank you, Ivy. But only being above and beyond isn't good enough for her. If being me the way I am isn't enough to make her happy, then I'm not a good husband to her. And actually, I do have some more money in my savings now and was thinking about giving her a small wedding to make up for things.
What? You're really going to give her the wedding she's been whining about?
It won't be as amazing as the wedding you guys will have. But a small wedding with a lot of pictures should do.
What the heck, Trey? That's really sweet of you, but you're doing that for her. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but spoiling her with that will only make her behavior worse. I'm sure she'll be so happy to hear about this, but what is she going to cry about next?
Well, maybe you can give me some advice for this wedding, and if everything goes well, it'll shut her up for good. Maybe making this wedding a surprise for her would knock her off her socks, and that could be enough.
You want to surprise her now? That sounds kind of cool, actually.
I'm sure having the both of us prepare this wedding would be just fine. But we both know that her being as immature as she is, things might go downhill very quickly. I think it would be better for just me to set everything up and even get her a dress.
That's a very good point. She'd probably get so excited about her wedding that she'd grow even more self-centered and ruin the mood for everyone else.
But of course, doing all this preparation by myself might not go well for me. I'm not sure about things like dresses, and the same goes with wedding locations. I'd kind of like a woman's point of view to help me out with all of that.
If that's what you want, then I can probably help out. I'll do my best as your little sister to get whatever you need help with handled.
That would help me out so much. Although, I hope that this doesn't impede on you guys' wedding planning. How about you guys just help out on days you're totally free, and then we can slowly get my wedding put together.
Understood. I'll talk with you about this some more later.
Serves you right. Now your wedding is going to be cancelled and ruined.
What?
You won't have a dress for tomorrow's wedding anymore. You would never be able to put on a wedding dress like this now it's filled with tears and holes. With how things are now, your wedding is never going to happen tomorrow.
What? What do you mean tears and holes? What? What the hell have you done to my dress?
I just added some flair to it with my scissors is all. But man, do wedding dresses cut super easily.
So you went at my dress with some scissors? Wait a second, please. Are you at the wedding hall right now, Aurora?
It was way too easy sneaking into this place, and when I made it over to the changing room, I found your dress hanging up, ready for tomorrow's wedding. Within a few minutes, I had my fun cutting it all up into a brand new design.
You're joking, right? You trespassed into that location and then vandalized that dress. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Your fault for thinking you could act up around me. You never put one thought into how I felt never having a chance at my own wedding. Just going on about your business, getting your fabulous and expensive wedding ready like you couldn't even notice me. You have no right to a wedding now after bullying me like that.
So that's your reason for going and ruining that dress. The whole reason you never had a wedding was because of what you did to yourself and my brother. I haven't even done anything to you or your wedding, yet you're taking it out all on me?
Well, now, you're not going to be able to have your wedding. That feeling of hopelessness and sadness will bring you to my level. Tomorrow was supposed to be the day that you got to have that fancy wedding with your doctor fiancé, but now your special dress is all torn up and in pieces, which will put a stop to that wedding. This is your punishment for being all cocky with your wedding.
Well, that's too bad because I had my wedding yesterday.
What?
So really, you haven't done crap to me. But now what? I might have had my dream wedding, but that dress is in tatters now.
What are you talking about? Your wedding should be tomorrow, right? I never heard anything about you having your wedding yesterday.
Well, of course you didn't. And that's because everyone made sure to hide the fact that I changed the date from you.
What did you say? You all kept that secret from me? You're telling me that everyone else got to go out and enjoy your fabulous wedding?
That's right. The only person who never came was you, Aurora.
Huh? What kind of BS is this now? Are you trying to tell me there's no point in inviting me to your wedding because I never got to have my own? Making me an outcast like that? You're a bitch!
Hold on there, Aurora. I asked my sister to not say anything about the changed plans to you.
What?
None of this was her fault. If anything, you have been so important to me that I had to keep her wedding hidden from you. I wanted you to be so happy about tomorrow's wedding. That's why I made sure you were never told about her wedding taking place yesterday.
Wait a sec. What? Is that you, Trey? Why are you using Ivy's phone right now to text me?
Because I've been with her since all this started. I had a surprise planned out for you tomorrow, and I needed to ask her for some more help.
What surprise are you talking about? What the hell is going on here? Why are you even texting me right now like this? This is all making no sense. Tell me what the frick this is all about.
I really wanted to make your dream come true. The fact that you threw such a fit about my sister when you went to watch her try on dresses meant you still really wanted a wedding of your own, right? That's why I was trying to make a surprise for you, where you'd get to finally wear your own wedding dress.
What?
I was going to surprise you with a wedding and everything tomorrow. And in order to do that, we moved Ivy's wedding forward by a few days. Luckily, it just happened that tomorrow Ivy's father-in-law will be out of town tomorrow anyways, so the change of plans was perfect for her. So I went and took over the wedding space she originally planned out, and she made sure to have her wedding yesterday.
You went and rented a wedding space for tomorrow then? This wedding space?
The owner of the place was happy to hear that I'd be taking that reservation, since that is a far better outcome than the place not being used up at all. So they actually allowed me to rent the place at a cheaper price. And that place is the kind of massive and luxurious place you've been dreaming of, right?
What?
I was really trying to make this whole thing a surprise for you. I wanted you going tomorrow thinking it would be Ivy's wedding, but having it turn out to be ours. I thought a surprise such as that would blow your shoes off and make you so happy. I understand this means you weren't able to come to Ivy's wedding yesterday. But after what happened at the dress store a while back, it was probably for the best you weren't there.
Then, hold on. Does this mean the dress I just ruined?
That's most likely the dress I prepared for you to wear tomorrow. I tried my very best to find you a dress that would look amazing on you. I even got a bunch of advice from both Ivy and the staff working at the wedding hall. It took me around a month actually to pick out that dress. I did all that in secret with the hope of making you so happy tomorrow.
No way!
But now that I've heard you say it's been cut and torn to shreds, I'm shocked. Just like you said, tomorrow's wedding is going to be canceled. I mean, that dress you were supposed to wear is ruined now.
No freaking way! Please tell me this is all a joke. No way this dress is actually mine. No way my wedding is being canceled or anything, right?
You were the one that forced this to happen. Also, we are long past having a wedding. I think this is the end of our marriage now.
What?
You thought that dress was Ivy's and ruined it for that reason, right? I can no longer find love in someone who would do such a terrible thing to my sister. I put in so much effort to set up a wedding and everything for you, yet I can't do this anymore. You're like a child who can never learn their lesson.
Wait, Trey, no way. You can't be serious about a divorce now because of this. I don't want a divorce.
I don't want one either, but I'm out of energy. I gave my everything to you to make you happy, and you went and threw it all away again. Honestly, there's nothing I wanted more than to make you happy, but you always get in the way of that. So it's over with. And since when is the last time you ever tried making me happy?
What?
I had at least hoped for a thank you back when I used all that money I saved up to pay off your debt. But instead, you just gave me a light thanks, and that was it. A second was all. Not even. That thanks was so shallow that it barely even stuck with me. And unfortunately, that wasn't even the end from you. Soon after I used up all my savings for you, you started to complain again about wanting a wedding and telling me to make more money. Every single day, you have been saying things about me, about how much you don't seem happy with me. And after months of working on this wedding for you, with the hopes of finally shutting you up, you went and ruined it. I can't anymore. I just can't.
All of my complaining. I never meant to say any of that as a way of making you unhappy. I was saying all of that because I love and care for you. It's just, deep down, I have really been wanting to have a wedding.
Same with me. That's why I saved up $20,000 for one. But then you kept a secret from me, being your debt, and all the money vanished helping you. And not too long after that, I tried again at the wedding, and you ruined it with the intent of hurting my sister. Come back to the house right now. We are talking about divorce as soon as you get here.
What?
I'm sure that's not going to be easy for any of us. So how about instead of talking about divorce, we deal with your legal issues first? You've gone and committed a crime, so I'm calling the police.
The police?
I'll talk to you later, Aurora. Please, save everyone the trouble, and just wait patiently for them to show up.
Help me, Ivy. I'm seriously going to get divorced now. Please go talk with Trey right now and set him straight.
What? You were able to get out of the police custody? I heard you were taken away from that building in the back of a police car.
Somebody ended up telling the police to let me go for what I did. Someone from the wedding hall I broke into. Also, Trey said something about me needing to stay out of jail. That has mean he still have feelings for me, right? But right as I started to think that, he slapped me in the face with some divorce papers.
I see. And that's when he told you he was serious about the whole divorce, right?
That's freaking right. He came and picked me up from the police station in his car, and the whole ride home was him talking about the divorce.
Well, it's easier to talk about things in the car since he doesn't have to look at you. From what I can tell, Trey is really furious right now. Normally, he is so kind. So seeing him as upset as he is now tells me to never mess with him.
I'm sure he's not that pissed off. Just try to get him to forgive me with all your strength, and I'm sure he will. So please help me.
Not happening, bitch. And you know why that is? Because I'm the little sister who has herself a wealthy husband now and will act all cocky about how amazing my life is all day and night. So you really think I'm going to help such a plain loser like you before the divorce? Get out of here.
Don't be so freaking cold. I was just a little bit jealous about the man you got to marry and the wedding you had. I just wanted what you had, and a few mean things might have slipped out of my mouth then. I apologize for all of that, so please, forgive me.
If this was something that could be fixed with an apology, then the police wouldn't have called on you. And are you still not aware of the fact that you were just with the police in the country jail for 2 days?
No way!
And by the way, you are going to be paying for that wedding dress you destroyed. You'll be paying for it all yourself now, since you don't have a loving husband anymore.
What? I have to pay for that dress?
Well, duh. That was a rental, and you completely tore it to shreds acting like a baby. From what I heard, you'll owe them $8,000 for that dress.
That much?
Well, you went and destroyed something worth that kind of money.
I can't pay that kind of money right now. I've been a housewife this whole time, so I have nothing to pay with. And all my savings from when I was single are now gone too. I had to use everything I had to pay my debts before I married your brother.
I'm sure you did, and that was still not enough to pay everything off at the time, hence my brother stepping in to help. You did make it clear to him that he had to since he was your husband, then, right? You could have at least tried to pay him back for all of that, but instead all you've done is lay at home all day, watching TV and playing games on your phone. So, of course, now you wouldn't have $8,000, right? Well, even if you don't have the money, you'll have to pay up.
What should I do?
And you can forget about getting anything in this divorce. My brother has been with a lawyer for a few months now, talking through some things. So consider your luck in that apartment crushed. They came with all kinds of plans in the preparation for something like this.
What kinds of plans? Don't tell me he has really been planning to kick me out on the streets.
Let's just say the chances of being that true are huge.
What?
But this is everything you asked for being a child, so don't be too shocked by the outcome. Now, good luck with that divorce you have coming. I'll be cheering my brother on so that he knows we all want him to succeed in this divorce. After that, Aurora met with Trey and his lawyer and didn't even say a single word before being forced to sign the papers. Trey also asked for a settlement in the divorce, not only because she went and ruined the dress he rented for her, but also for ruining the wedding itself, which he had to pay for, and also causing him so much stress that he lost some hair. She was also offered nothing in the divorce, and that would left with not a single penny. And after all those papers were handed in that day, Aurora was kicked out of Trey's house, just like we had all planned for. She was soon asked by the dress store to start paying them back for the ruined dress, and in order to do so, she had to borrow some money. But after doing that, she tried to make a run for it back to her parents' house, where she was told neither of her parents wanted her anymore for being such a shameless and abusive child, and that left her with nowhere else to run. From the rumors I've heard about her, these days she likes to dress up in yellow stained white sheets, crying about how much she just wanted to have a wedding while living in a cardboard box under a bridge downtown.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Katie, I heard all about it. You guys were able to buy yourselves a house. What kind of house is it? Where did you guys end up buying it at? Where's the house located? Are you guys close to any bus stops or subway stations?
Hello, Eleanor. We were planning to start telling everyone about the new house after we moved in and got comfortable, but it seemed like you heard about us from someone else first.
So, when did you guys move in?
We were still working on the paperwork, so it'll be a bit until we are completely moved in. We'll be going to the place with a moving truck once those papers are all taken care of.
When will that be?
Around the beginning of next month, we think.
The beginning of next month? And how many rooms are in the place?
Do you mind asking your brother about all that?
He won't ever tell me anything about your new house. He's always been such a selfish little boy.
Well, if he's not willing to tell you anything, then what makes you think that I will? I'm sorry, but until he begins to talk more about the house, I'm going to refrain from answering you.
Huh? Hold on a second. What the heck? And who do you think you are? I'm the one asking you a question here. And that means when you get asked a question by me, you answer it.
I feel really bad having to say this to you, but neither Jackson or I want to tell you very much detail about our new house we just bought, so please leave us be for the time being.
Why should I? What about me asking about my younger brother's house is so wrong here?
Ever since him and I started to become serious, you have always been around us, whether that be when our parents finally met with one another or when I went on trying wedding dresses. You were always around, right? Then you would always talk over us whenever we were discussing things, like this is your relationship and not ours. I'm sorry, but we didn't start dating and get married just so we could be bossed around by you, alright?
I'm just thinking about the both of you, since you're both amateurs when it comes to everything. And that's why I help you both out by telling you what I think. Yet for some reason, neither of you ever listen to me, and just do things the way you both like to. Had you both actually took what I was saying seriously, your guys' wedding would have been so much better.
Then please, when you decide to find a man of your own and get married, put those ideas of yours to good use and have a wonderful wedding.
You don't have to tell me that.
By the way, when it came to our honeymoon, you tried to come along with us as well, right?
That was just the place I had always been wanting to go, so I thought it would be the perfect time to tag along with you both. That's why I said I'd be coming along.
And what did you think would happen when you asked us to pay for you to come with us, even though it was our honeymoon?
Well, you never did end up getting me a hotel room or anything, so I was never able to come to the end.
And we used that money in order to buy lots of souvenirs for everyone, right? By the way, I've never heard of any couple wanting their family coming along with them when they go on their honeymoon.
So you're not going to tell me about your new house because you're still upset over all of that? I am Jackson's older sister.
And what do you plan to do with all that information you want to get from us about that place?
You already know what I plan to do. I'm going to live with the both of you. Live with the both of us? It's just the both of you going there, right? And even if you guys have kids, all you're going to need is 2 bedrooms. So I'm just going to assume there's 2 or 3 rooms in the house, as well as a kitchen and dining room. Also a living room and bathroom, right? As long as there's all of that there, then that should be perfect for the 3 of us living together. I can stay there as long as you guys don't have kids yet, if there's only 2 bedrooms, right?
You did say the place is a house, right? Which means there has to be plenty of room in that place, so I'm expecting an empty room that you both won't be using yet. And what you're thinking is that you can just come crashing into our new house and live in that room? Don't be so rude. I'm not gonna come crashing into your house. I'm just being kind by allowing you both the privilege of having me to live with you. Having a lot of people in the house is a lot more exciting, right? I have been wanting a brand new house for so long now. Well, this is going to be Jackson's and my house, so no thank you. I'm sure you guys just bought that house because you won the lottery, right? So don't be such stingy jerks when you have all that money now. How come you know about that? Well, why else would you be having such a lovely house? I'm looking forward to it. If you guys are planning on moving in at the beginning of next month, expect me to be there at the month after that. I'll start preparing myself for the move over there. I never said that you could come and live with us. What's wrong with the older sister coming to live with her little brother? And by having me around in the future, when you guys have kids, you can use me to take care of them. When you guys are buying furniture for the place, please let me know. I'll be kind by coordinating what all you guys are allowed to buy. I don't trust whatever sense the two of you have. I already had to witness your guys' awful wedding before. No, thank you. Jackson, I got another 15 calls today from your sister today. She also sent me a bunch of texts talking about how she wants to coordinate what furniture we buy for the house. She even sent me pictures of what she wants. I feel that no matter what I say to her, she's not going to listen.
I'm sorry, Katie. I really feel bad about how much of a pain my sister is. She has been trying to get a hold of me by call and text so much that I just went and muted all her notifications. She's still family to me, so I can't block her or anything, but she's nothing to you, so you can go right ahead and block her if you want.
I'd love to block her and all, but I know for a fact that she's trying to reach out to me on other platforms. I could even try changing my number and block her on all my social media accounts, but she'd figure out another way to find me. And if I were totally cutting her off and never responding to anything she says for a while, she'd probably come right to our house, right?
True. We've already bought the house and everything, so she can just look us up and find this house.
You've already told her no to everything, right?
About her asking to come and live with us? Of course I've told her no already. Not only is she a major troublemaker, but she's also a complete shut-in, so I do not want her coming into our house. I also know very well that she'd start to cause you even more frustration, and I do not want that.
Thank you for understanding.
We really need to figure out a plan, though. If we don't end everything now, she's going to start causing problems for me and my work. I'm already having a hard time focusing there.
Same here. I tried taking calls while at work, but while I'm on my phone, I can just hear my phone going off constantly because of her.
She does nothing with her life, so she has all day to just continuously call you.
What I don't understand is that if she wants to move so much into a new place and won't take no for an answer, why doesn't she just find a place for herself?
Because she has no money, and she's so used to having others taking care of her that she would never be able to manage on her own. She'd probably starve if she was kicked out of my parents' house. This is the whole reason why I told my parents to kick her out of their house as soon as possible, so all of that could be avoided.
Well, in her eyes, she sees nothing wrong with still living with your parents. But there's something wrong with it if she's that old.
But it seems that pretty soon here, my parents will both be retiring from their jobs. So I'm thinking once they're ready to retire, they will no longer want to take care of her. I really hope that means they'll force her out of that house.
You think that'll happen?
That's most likely why she's trying to move in with us now, right? She knows it's coming. She also knows about how you and I are working and make some decent money.
She also learned about how we won the lottery, so now she is really aware that we have a lot of money.
I think we're gonna have to cut ties to her here. If not, she's really going to cause us some major headaches. That woman has always been so mean about everything and never takes no for an answer no matter what. We really have to have a plan here, Katie.
Well, if you want a plan, I've had something come to mind.
What's that?
This will require us to get in touch with another retailer, which will cost a bit of money.
If you're worried about money, you don't have to be anymore now that we have money. As long as this will help us get rid of Eleanor, I'm all ears.
So we are both prepared to say goodbye to her forever, right?
Of course, you and I have our life together to look forward to, and it won't involve her.
Then let's talk about what I have in mind tonight when we are both home.
I can't believe what all of our life she's already made a mess of. Our wedding, our honeymoon, not this. I'm so sorry that we haven't been able to have a normal life yet because of her.
Don't worry about it, Jackson. Even with her being a huge pain, she's never made me want to say goodbye to you, and that's why I've started making this plan in my head. So let's talk about it tonight and put it in action.
Thank you so much, Katie. I'll do my best to get home from work early today.
The movers are heading over to your place right now, so make sure you're there to let them in. I don't have the key to your place yet, so you'll have to open the door. What are you talking about, Eleanor? Playing dumb, I see. I've already spoken to both you and Jackson about how I'd be moving in with you guys, right? You guys moved into that house at the beginning of last month as well, right? Hold on a second. We never even told you about where the house we bought was, right? All I had to do was look the both of you up and found the house. You already know about how I'm on my computer all the time, right? I've been using computers for years and years now, and know how to get any information I need to one. So, all I did was ask someone who knew how to find people where you both moved to, and after they told me how to look for you guys on my computer, I did just that, and boom. I get that you can do that, but just how? We made sure not to even post anything about our address and made sure that retail agency didn't upload anything. I was able to take a look at one of your private Instagram accounts. And on there's a picture of you on your day off going to eat, right? You actually upload 2 pictures like that on your account now since you moved. One is the picture of just you and the other is you and Jackson. And how did you find our address with those pictures? The place you guys went to eat was nowhere close to where you both lived before, right? Which means if you guys were going out to eat at a restaurant on your day off and it was in walking distance, you both are living in that area. In the other words, I just had to look up newly built houses in that area to find out where you guys most likely moved into. Then I went and took a trip out there myself to confirm which new house you were moved into, and there I saw your guys' car parked out front. You did all of that? I was also able to pass the restaurant from your photos, and that place was really close to your new house indeed. I also happen to remember how you guys' weddings look, and based off that, I could tell that you guys' sense of style was when I was looking at the house. It's this, right? What? You're kidding, right? I should become a detective or something. Anyways, I know where the both of you are living now, and that means I can move in there by the end of the today. Hold on a second, Eleanor. If you moved out there, the only person who's going to be in any trouble is you. Now, why would I be in any trouble? I'm going to start heading there as well now, so I'll see you really soon. We aren't in that house, though. Huh? Are you both out shopping right now or something? Head back home right now and leave the door open for us. You can do that, right? That's not it at all. Eleanor, look at your phone. You both are still not home yet. I just arrived with the movers. We have to move all of my things into the house now, so hurry up already. Are you trying to make me upset? Well, I have no choice but to let myself in right now. Wait, how are you going to do that? There's nothing even in this house yet. Have you guys not fully moved in yet or something? Hold on. How did you even get in there? I broke in through the window. Duh. I told you that the movers are here and are pulling the trucks in. I can't keep them all waiting, so I had to find a way inside. And let me just say this now. You both are going to have to buy yourselves a new window. I told you I'd be moving in today and said that you needed to be home in order to unlock the door, so this is all your fault. You just broke into a house. I didn't break into just any house, though. This is your guys' house, and since my brother is the one who bought it, that makes it also mine. This house is mine. We are living in a condo, though. What? A condo? What are you talking about? You both bought a brand new house, right? We went and bought a newly built condo. You're lying. You told me before that you guys bought a house. That's when you and I first talked about it, right? And at that time, we were doing all the paperwork and everything for a new house. We had even paid quite a bit for the money already then. Look! You guys won the lottery and you both wanted a brand new house, right? And we did at the time, so we bought a brand new house, but we decided later that we weren't going to live in it. We wanted it in order to sell. In order to sell? The place was already being built at the time we talked with the retailer about it, and by the time it was finished, we decided to buy it. But it wasn't really to our liking in the end, so we decided we'd renovate it a little and sell it. So you guys didn't make that place the way you wanted? Even though you both won the lottery? Yes, we won the lottery, but it was only for a couple 100,000, not millions or billions. Just a couple hundred? That's why we couldn't afford to have a house built to our liking and settle with this place. But when it was finished, we decided to go for a condo instead. You have to be lying. What does this make of the house then? We are living in a condo now, so that place is not our house where we plan to live or anything. It's not even like we really own it anymore either now, since we finished the paperwork for selling it back to our retailer. If that was the case, why didn't you tell me a lot sooner? I've already started to have my stuff moved in here. You can get mad all you want about this, but the other who decided to take matters into her own hands and force herself to come looking for us was you. And you were the one that chose to break into a house that isn't even yours. We are living in a condo in a completely different town right now as well. You're not even in this town? Because of you wanting to live with us so badly, and constantly calling my phone and Jackson's phone nonstop, we had to think of what to do about you. We gave up on that house because it wasn't worth the trouble and asked a new retailer and found us a condo. But you guys already paid for the place, right? You're just going to let it go to waste now? We didn't even think we'd be winning the lottery, so it doesn't feel like a waste to us. And we did sell the place back to the retail agency, so we got it around the same amount of money we spent on it from them. Of course, we were still out a couple thousand in the end, but we like to think of it as the price of cutting ties with you. So, with that in mind, this is a great deal for us. I think the total we lost was $5,000. You're cutting ties to me? Since this is a great chance for us right now, we're saying goodbye to you forever. You're kidding me. As a side note, the picture you sent to me of that house, that's not even the house we wanted at the start. We have no idea whose house that is, actually. Where are you even right now, Eleanor? What? Wait, what did you say? What do you mean you don't know? This house is really close to that restaurant that both of you had been going to. Actually, Jackson and I were both afraid of how much of a stalker you'd become, and in order to hide yourselves from you to the point you'd never be able to find our real house, we both went to a completely different town for a bit and have lunch and such. A completely different town? We just went on a drive to somewhere we'd never been before and found that restaurant I posted a couple times of. Then we talked to our new retailer and told them to get us a place that was nowhere near close to that area. No way. So then that means this house I just broke into, it really has nothing to do with you both? This is really hard for me to say to you, but what you've just done is crazy enough to have the police called on you. The police? You did just break into that house through the window, right? But there's nothing even in this house. Is there a paper or anything on the door? Something that says the house has been sold or that the house is in the middle of being cleaned? No, but you mentioned it. There was a paper on the door. I assumed that since you both have money, you paid to have the house cleared by a company. The house you assumed we bought would be newly built, so why would we pay for cleaning already? What? I'm thinking that the house isn't as new as you think, and that a new family is just preparing to move in, or the owner is preparing to sell it. Wait, what am I going to do here? I've already had the majority of my things moved inside. Come here right now. Bring a truck or something and help me get out of there. Not happening. Why can't you do that for me? I already told you why. Not only is that place very far from our condo, but both Jackson and I are cutting ties to you now. We really don't have anything to do with you anymore, even if you're about to be in major trouble with the law. Then tell me where your condo is right now. I'll get my own truck and build all the things there myself. I don't think you're quite getting what I mean by cutting ties with you. I get that your place isn't as big as a house, but I need to go there. Actually, this place is quite big and around the same size as your average townhouse would be. We had been looking for a place like this for a while as we looked at houses, so when the retailer showed it to us, we jumped. It actually has more square footage than the house we wanted at first, making this place even better when thinking of future children. It's also way outside the area you're currently at, so we don't have to worry about you coming here. I'm actually very thankful for what you've done, because had you not have gone completely crazy, we would have never came across a condo like this. Thank you very much, Eleanor. If you're so thankful for what I've done, then help me get out of this mess right now. If the owner of this house came here right now, I'd be in huge trouble with everyone. All my things are here as well, so I can't just run away. You are old enough to understand the responsibilities that come with being out of your mind, so please take care of them yourself. All of that has nothing to do with us here. We never even agreed to letting you come live with us in the first place, so figure things out yourself. Are you saying you're completely fine with me being arrested by the police right now? Honestly, I don't care what happens to you now. I'm your husband's older sister though, and my husband doesn't care about what happens to you either. Excuse me? Take a look at all the things we've said to you before text and you'll understand that neither of us wanted you to come live with us. We didn't agree with you doing any of what you've done, so you're going to get no help from us. We're not even responsible for you. Hold on a second. A car just pulled in the driveway. That's you guys, right? It has to be. It's your guys' car. We're both in our condo right now. And we're about to watch a movie with some popcorn. And as far as we're aware, our car wasn't stolen from us, so that can't be it. Wait, that means this car is. Perhaps the person that owns the house or one of the retailers for it, or it might even be one of the neighbors coming to see what's going on there. No! I don't want to be arrested. Please come over here and help me right now. I'll tell you where the place is. I told you plenty of times now that we're cutting ties to you, so you're not our problem anymore, Eleanor. We don't want you screwing with our lives anymore, and cutting ties to you was our only option. So you're never going to see either of us or hear from us again.
You're lying, right? I am Jackson's sister. You both really plan to just cut me out like this? Hey, Katie? I promise not to ever bother either of you ever again, so please help me here. This is one of the only things I'm asking from you too. Katie!
After that, I went ahead and finally put the nail in Eleanor's coffin by blocking her on both my phone and laptop. Jackson also went ahead and blocked her with me. And since then, we've never had issues arise with her. From what we heard from Jackson's family, Eleanor ended up getting into some legal troubles with the owner of that house after the police were called on her and took her to the local police station. A case was made against her for breaking and entering into the owner's home, and she would have to attend to court hearing about what happened to her. It was decided that she'd have to pay 10 times what the cost of fixing that window would be, as well as live with the crime of breaking and entering of her permanent record forever. After all that was decided upon, she tried to go back home to her parents, but neither of them nor the rest of the family would let her move back in. So she's currently living life in a tiny apartment, working at the local gas station in order to survive. It is going to be some time before she can pay off everything she owes to that victim, so until that day's come, she's going to be living in regret for all of her actions. She has always been a useless shut-in, so I find what happened very good for her, as it finally teaches her what being part of the real world is like.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.